Did we just change your diaper? Did I just change your diaper? Did Daddy do it? Did Daddy do a good job? Yeah. Did he do a good job? He did a good job.
The Dad Collective Podcast. And we're back.
You were thinking about that all week, how you were going to do it.
No,
You were.
It's not easy thinking of a ways to get creative with that intro.
ChatGPT, how should I intro my podcast?
No, I was thinking like 1950s Casey Kasem. Like, all right, everybody. Next up on the top 10 list, yeah, we're back.
Hey man, without Casey, there'd be no Ryan Seacrest, and he's a gentleman and a scholar.
What would the world be like without Ryan Seacrest? I'm Daniel.
I'm Paul.
And this is
the Dad Collective Podcast.
And I got a haircut.
So did I today.
Me too.
What?
This is going to be
crazy,
a fresh episode.
Yeah. Look at that. Jess also got her hair did.
Yeah.
And a cut. And we go to the same place and we coincidentally booked it without knowing we were going to be. No, she was before me. So what I did.
Yeah.
I did pro husband move.
You held the baby?
No, I called ahead of time and paid for it.
But it's your but your money is her money. It doesn't matter.
We don't have shared accounts
At all?
No.
In nothing?
We have a shared account for like our mortgage.
Yeah.
And that, but no. Our
Got it.
money's-
So like you used your credit card to pay for her
Yeah,
haircut.
Exactly. From
Look at
Paul's
you.
dollars.
Wow, you're really growing.
Yeah.
That's your response.
I was gonna say something naughty, but it's not that time of day yet.
It's not. The sun is still out.
So you got a haircut. So that's why you're not.
But I didn't do my hair like.
I have like your. It doesn't look like you really.
Like it's a little bit. I don't know. I like it like this. I
like it like this.
I like it a lot.
When you go in, like, what do you even tell your guy?
Not anymore. He knows.
You've been going to the same guy for a while.
No, I moved recently.
From like the dude from like Center Point Mall.
Oh, I moved from him a long time ago. I love that guy. His name was what's his name? I don't remember.
You didn't love him that much.
He was good though, but I grew out of him. We move on. We change.
So remember the guy Danny who used to cut my hair?
Yeah.
He
At Center Point too, right?
No. That was
oh no, he was
by
at Center Street.
Yeah. By like across from Westmount.
Yeah.
He got murdered.
No.
Legit. I'm not even joking. And I found out like last year, I cried. He got like gunned down in his driveway.
I mean, an intense thing to talk about. I don't know if it makes sense to anyone out there, like a random hairdresser named Danny, for anyone who's watching us, but we're getting to know each other. It's not about them. Yeah. It's about our lives.
We're getting to know each other. We've known each other for literally
but you never stop.
36 years.
That's it. Dad mistake number one. You can never stop learning.
Sure. I think there is
dad tip
there
number
is
one.
a stop.
Yeah, you just
of learning.
Well, you stopped caring about
I think
learning.
I stopped learning a long time ago.
Grade 2 was a tough year for you.
It was. So how's your week been?
My week, we always say that. How's your week been? But that's that's the catch up because it's been a couple weeks since we filmed because we typically bulk some film episodes.
Did we not film last week?
We didn't film last week.
Oh,
no.
True. Okay.
So yeah, the last couple weeks have been crazy. To catch you up, nothing specific. I know that last night, Joey, we were playing at the park. We had a little late night because, typically we try to put the kids to bed a little bit earlier.
What time do they go to bed?
We start the process typically around like 7:30.
Okay.
But like Joey and Sunny don't go to bed till probably closer to 9:30. Atlas usually around like 8:15, 8:30.
Mm-hmm.
But last night it was a nice day, not like today.
I'd say it was garbage.
Sun was shining. We went to the park after school. We stayed there till about 7:30ish, which is pretty late. And then we're like, okay, let's get in the car. Let's have a good time. Let's go for dinner. Let's just randomly drive and we'll find a place that we want to go to. Not Duff's. Anywhere. So we used to get in the car. We start driving. We drive like 20 minutes, I don't know, west from where we are.
Okay.
Just like across like a major intersection west because we're going into whatever different area. We find a place. We pull up to this restaurant. We're like, this looks fine. And as soon as we get out and walk into the restaurant, Joey goes, I'm going to throw up.
Just out of...
Yeah, because she said she wasn't feeling so well at school, but like then we went to the park and then she played for 2 hours and there was no complaints. So we're like, okay, we're in the safety nest box.
What do they, when they're playing at a park, what do they do?
Everything.
What does that even mean?
Oh my God. It's like, okay, so
I've got a blog.
This park in my area has like multiple little playgrounds, right? And there's
is there
like
a ninja course or like...
There is like ninja courses. Yeah, there's
okay.
like, Monkey Bars is the original ninja course. So there's like all these different monkey bars. There's like little mini climbing walls. There's slides.
So she was climbing on shit.
She was having a good time. Playing with her friends. They were there. They were doing their own thing, having a good time. 2 hours go by. Okay, let's go get dinner. We get in the car, we drive, we get there. She says she's going to throw up. We're like, right now? And she's like, I can hold it, but I don't want to stay here. I want to go home. So we get back in the car.
She pukes in the car.
No. She gets back in the car. She was good. We go through a drive-through because we still have to eat. So we're not rushing because she's not, the urgency isn't there. She's not going.
It's like top of mind. She's like, I'm eventually going to puke.
I think that it might happen at some point.
It's the volcano is rising.
Yeah, she has the ability to like light switch it. So we go through drive-through. She doesn't want to order anything because she's about to throw up. So we order for everybody else. We get home. We open the door. She goes in. She goes to the bathroom. Starts throwing up.
Oh, so she's the one. It was Sunny last time who passed the bathroom and threw up on the couch.
Was it Sunny?
It was Sunny, or it was
no.
One
I
of the
think
other
that was
ones.
Joey too.
Really?
So maybe
Okay.
she's learned.
She has learned. She watched the podcast.
She watched the podcast.
We're educational.
If we only change our children's lives, then it's all been worth it.
That's all that matters.
So she throws up. I go sit on the kitchen table and I just start eating because what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
I gotta sit, watch her.
So you hear?
Yeah, it's like.
Okay.
And so that went on all night.
And you just
No, like we put them to bed.
Okay.
She goes to sleep, but like every hour.
So she has
or
a stomach bug.
She has a bug. She's throwing up all night. So that was my last night. Today she stayed home from school.
Nice.
And so I worked from home and Jamie worked from home. Luckily, we both were able to. And she stayed home. And
what do kids do these days when they stay homesick from school? Like us, we'd watch like Jerry Springer.
yeah, you'd get this, or like Price is Right.
Right.
Yeah, they have a lot more choices now.
Okay.
So we don't want her. It's funny. And I don't know if this is just like, you know, our own idea of like making ourselves feel better about our decisions, but we don't want her to sit on her iPad all day and just scroll and go to different like, you know, streaming channels and watch different shows, because we just don't want her to like be doing this. So we set up she has a Google Chromecast or whatever. We put it on the TV and said, you can watch movies, but they have to be on the TV. Like you can't sit there looking at your iPad. And I think the motivation is not just like less screen time, but I think it's about attention. Does that make sense? So like,
so you'd rather her look at a TV than a tablet?
For two reasons. And you might feel this one day, and maybe this is real, and maybe isn't real.
Tablets aren't even going to be a thing anymore.
It's true. It's just like in your brain.
It's just going to be a hologram.
Option one is the reason. The first is when you're looking at a TV, the screen is further away from you. Okay, so take that for what it is. It's
better for your eyes.
It's not right at your eyes. You know, your mom or dad would say like
Stephen Gold, man, he's going to appreciate that.
But the real reason why it works for us is because it's so easy on your iPad or your phone to like, I'm sick of this, switch,
next.
Sick of this, switch,
it's
next.
like the iPod generation.
Yeah, right. And so with a TV and you're casting, you kind of have to make a more solid decision. Yes, you can change, but then you have to click the recast button. So you feel like
there's like more commitment.
There's more commitment
with the TV,
and it proved to be true. She watched like
what did she
two
watch?
movies, and she doesn't typically watch full movies anymore. Like she's like going through shit, which is not great. So she watched 2 full movies. I don't know which ones I know one she watched was the original Tarzan movie.
The OG with Brendan Fraser?
No, the cartoon, like the Disney one.
Okay.
That's George of the Jungle. Brendan Fraser. Different jungle
Kevin
man.
Sorbo would have been the OG Tarzan.
Correct.
Yeah.
But I think either way, she's watching the cartoon movie. And so she did that, and I made her, you know, tea and toast and all the shit you got to do when someone's sick.
You're just Mrs. Doubtfire.
I'm Mr. Nanny.
Yeah, because when I called you and you said you were getting soup.
Yes, I went to Diamonds
hot
and picked
take. I fucking hate soup.
Really?
I have never been a soup guy.
Oh.
I hate chicken soup. I hate matzo ball soup. I've had plenty good soup in my day.
Like from a restaurant, like a good
crab
hearty
bisque.
Soup. Lobster bisque.
Lobster bisque. But no, I hate soup, man. I like
Mulligatawny.
But I like chili, which is, I guess, a thicker. If you think about it, chili is a thicker soup.
Yeah, and there are some soups that are hearty enough that they almost are like chilies, but still have a good liquid consistency.
Some people I like a hearty chili. Some people like a more liquid chili.
Ugh, no, you need the hearty chili.
I make a fantastic chili, by the way.
You want chunks. There's nothing better than transitioning from like nonstop throwing up to talking about chili chunks.
That's so true.
It feels good about it. But so that was so the rest of my week, I don't know. I can't remember. It's all a blur. How was your week?
I literally felt like we filmed last week. So last week was a blur as well.
Right?
Because I think I was anticipating watching Asher by myself.
Oh, yeah. So that
for a full day. So Jess,
How'd that go?
For something, I got her a spa day. She went with one of her friends to the spa.
Let me ask you this: do you pay for the friend too?
No, I just got Jess I got her a gift card.
Is I'm saying,
No,
so she
like-
took her friend and she asked her friend to come with her, or you're
Yeah.
like you and your friend go.
No,
It's
so
all on the
I
gift
actually
card
think Jess took her friend for her birthday.
with
so-
with your gift card.
I don't know how the exchange was done.
But they were both there.
What exchange of funds went to what?
To whom?
But they went to the Shangri-La and they had a spa day.
Yeah.
So it initially was like, yeah, I'll be gone for like 3-4 hours. It was 7, which was fine. I nailed it.
How do you
Killed it.
extend a spa day?
Well, because they like went for lunch at the Shangri-La
Oh, got
after.
it.
Like they did the saunas, the steam
All right.
rooms, the pool.
And how did you survive in 7 hours?
we had a great time, man.
Did you go out? Because I was
no, we
asking you
didn't.
that.
No, it wasn't the best day. No, we just chilled. Like we like danced around. We were playing. So we have
How many podcasts did you watch?
0. No, I had like because he slept a little bit because Asher doesn't like to sleep
Yeah.
during the day.
He's
He'll
not a
sleep
napper.
on you if you like somehow put him down. He's a very particular baby. But
As babies are.
yeah, no, I fucking killed it. I nailed it.
And did you invite anyone over to come hang
No,
out, or like
no,
was it just you?
it was
7
just me,
hours,
just us
one on
two.
one.
One-on-one.
In the ring.
I came. She came back. I was covered in puke.
What time? So what time did she leave? What time did she return?
She left at around 12. She got back probably just before 7.
And he's not like that's not his bedtime yet. So like she's
No,
still
no,
put
she
him to
got back for
bed and
bedtime.
she's still a part of that.
Yeah, and I was like, I need to go get edibles. Yeah, no, it was awesome. We had like a great time. Like we were like
Would you do it again?
1,000%. Like she was so
Not 1,000%,
worried.
of course. You
She
have
was-
to do it
dude,
again.
She was so worried. I'm like, what are you worried about?
The problem is if you seem too competent, she relies on you more and more.
And I'm just like,
the problem.
this isn't where I parked my car.
Exactly. You got to like almost fake like it was so tough. Like really, you loved it, but it's like, oh, it was awful.
It was like-
I needed you.
When I
needed you,
started touring and there was like the van and trailer and I go to drive the first time and fuck up on purpose.
Yeah.
So, yep, Paul's in the back of the
And I drove the whole way.
Paul's in the back of the bus. No, you never did it with the trailer.
No,
No,
sorry.
I'm saying
I mean,
when
in the
we
van.
had like the 15 passenger in a trailer.
Yeah, I
was
wouldn't
just
trust you driving
No,
that.
absolutely not. I don't even trust myself driving a regular vehicle.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a fantastic driver.
Meh.
And my car does drive itself sometimes.
Oh my God! Speaking of,
I'm not
weekend
done my
review- Sorry.
story.
Okay, fine. Because
Fuck, now I know what it's.
I thought there was a
that
flow
was a
here.
transition. No,
I
so
thought we were in the flow.
So I'm not going to name the company because you freaking gotta sponsor us. But so we get this box of like toys and stuff every month for Asher, and they're like well-made stuff, like woodcrafted.
Oh, I know.
Amazing.
There's a couple companies. I
There's
think I know.
they're very big on Instagram.
Yeah,
So
I know
it's
who
like,
it is.
oh, when Jess told me how much because she canceled it.
Yeah,
I was
we
like, that's a lot
canceled it
of fucking
too.
money.
We did it
was
like for like
$150 a month.
yeah, we did it for like 3 months. We're like, yeah, I'm gonna go to fucking Toys R Us.
So like there's this like wheel thing that like makes noise. It has when he spins it, and
Yeah.
we started spinning that, and then we're doing like tummy time.
So that was 3 minutes. How do you spend the next 6
No,
hours?
it was just
and
like 'cause
50
he fell
seconds?
asleep a couple of times, and like I understand now why Jess can get stressed because like when she's with him 24/7,
Oh,
right?
it's
And
a
it's just
prison.
like even just eating. It's not prison, but like
no, but
even just
in
like
a way it is. You're just so
eating is difficult,
Yeah.
right? And Asher loves talking to me. Like he loves just chatting with me and laughing.
interviews you.
And so he just started sticking out his tongue. So we literally looked for like 15 minutes just looking at each other, sticking our tongues out at each other, and he just starts laughing.
Did you film any of this interaction in the day that we can post?
Oh yeah. I've got a whole.
If you have
ton
any
of stuff.
videos, I'll use this moment.
Yeah.
Here's a couple shots or one shot.
Ashy, do you like the penguin? Ash, you like him? Wow, I'm dad of the year.
No, hold on,
Someone
wait.
get-
Okay, we already showed it.
We showed it.
That was so quick.
And we won Paul of the Future.
Paul of the Future. So that was good.
Yeah,
so
it was
7
fun.
hours
Yeah, no, it was good. It was good. It was, and Jess was very impressed. She said it was sexy.
that you were able to watch
She
your
was like
kid.
watching me on the camera. And I was just
man.
like, this is kind of some voyeurism.
Did she
shit.
watch you a bit on the camera?
I was like debating about like turning it over.
yeah.
But no, I guess 100% she was
Did she
watching.
talk to you through the camera at all?
No, she didn't. But like there were times like when like he was like getting cranky and screaming.
And then you like talk to the camera like, Jess, how do I do this?
no, she's like, yeah. I took like a doll and pretended to throw it out the window.
Have you ever seen those videos online where like parents or usually dads like fake out, prank the moms and like they have the
With
kid and then they go like
the
stairs
the
and then they go high.
Photoshop, the Photoshop stuff.
Photoshop
is so
stuff is
funny.
amazing.
I did that when we had him. I was like sat in bed, like Photoshop, like using the AI stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
When I was like carrying him in through like the jungle.
That's right.
all
I did that too.
stuff.
Did you ever see my picture of where Atlas is hanging on like that outdoor like rope thing and I put like sharks and shit beneath them?
No, I have you blocked.
I'll show it. Wasn't
Yeah.
that cool?
It was so cool.
AI, baby.
Well, I thought he was just extra adventurous. No,
So-
it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
That's good.
He's a
I'm,
good kid.
I'm happy that you enjoy your child.
I do enjoy my child.
The test has been proven. Let me ask you this before I
All
tell
right.
you my story, because I
All right.
forgot one more thing.
Yeah,
Did you have to change him within that 7 hours?
I did.
Everything?
Dude, I've changed 2 diapers last week. 3. 3 diapers.
And they go through like 9 a day?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're in the 1 percentile.
I was just like, do you change him yet? I was like, no, he feels dry. She's like, is there like a stripe on the diaper? I was like,
Yeah.
yeah.
You didn't know
She's
what
just
the
like-
stripe?
Yeah, I totally knew about the stripe.
Yeah, you got to look
Yeah,
at
I
the
knew about the
stripe.
stripe. I literally just got peed on before we started filming this.
Yeah.
Jess was in the bath with him and she's like, can you take him? I'm like, no, I'm in my show clothes.
I was holding him for a while in my show clothes, and I was thinking,
It's
like,
a very big
does he
risk.
still spit up?
Oh yeah, he just pukes all the time.
Okay, so
Yeah.
yeah, I was holding him, I was
That's
shaking
risky.
him. He was
So,
laughing.
I was like, I can't get him. So she looked at me. I was like, okay, I'll take him out of the bath. Then I put him on thing. He just starts peeing everywhere.
Just shooting
Smiling,
up.
just smiling.
Oh my God, man.
Yeah,
You're
kids,
going
man.
through it.
Oh.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
He's so real now. It's like, I told you 6 months ish.
Oh, he's 5, yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying like the 5,
He's
6
wearing
months.
like almost 1-year-old clothes.
Dude, I mean, he's very
so-
cute, but he's a fucking
He's
bowling ball.
so big.
Has the doctor said anything like maybe you should like lay off the burgers to him or something?
But he's not. Yeah,
He's not
like,
even on solids yet.
He's not even on solids. He's just straight
He's
on the
so
tit.
big.
Straight on the titty.
He's like Shriver's baby. Like he's just like
every
a big,
fucking episode.
I have to.
Every
it's like
episode.
it's an, you know what? Comment below the time stamp in which I say Schreiber to win something amazing. Speaking of winning, he didn't even mention.
Yeah, because we're not there yet. I just want to maybe talk about the comments for a second
All right.
about your feet.
You like these guys?
Yeah. So there, it was funny because like, so we got, you're probably watching, you're
Get
going to
a
say something
full
about
view.
Carson's socks and wanting him to take them off. But there, so I was watching the episode that we,
Style.
the behind the camera episode, and there's literally a part you're just like rubbing your feet, and
I
I,
do
just
that.
wonder how
It's
many
a calming
people,
thing.
how many people are just like
Like
really enjoying
10x
that.
zoom it.
Yeah,
Here, I'll give you guys a few seconds of this.
that's no free, man. We got to start a Patreon or something.
I just realized my
And I
skin on
do,
my
I
finger
do wear
is
socks. They're
coming
just ankle socks. I never barefoot my shoes. I
You
don't
just-
do that.
off. You just broke the whole
I'm sorry,
internet.
man. I just like, I want to get your hopes up, but I don't bare feet my shoes.
Okay, so listen to this.
Let's hear it.
So you asked me my week. I forgot a very fucking crucial dad story.
Jamie's pregnant. No, I'm just-
No. Ooh, someone just told me that they were pregnant. I'm not gonna say it on here, but someone's pregnant within
Someone's
our world.
Really?
Someone's pregnant. Yeah, not like directly connected to us, but like in a stone toss
in the
away
metaverse. In the metaverse.
in the metaverse. So Jamie last Saturday
Yeah.
was not home all day. She was really quickly, I don't want to get into it, but she was filming something. She has like an agent who, and she occasionally does things. This was
What?
yeah, she does it for like fun. She enjoys
This
it, and
is
so
like
she
the
like
first time
she's-
I've ever heard about this.
yeah, because to be honest, this is the first thing she landed.
Okay.
And again, like she's not actively pursuing it, and it's not like top.
This is like
it's
an
just
acting thing.
It is like for this particular thing, she was filming like a show where it's like a docu-series, and in documentaries where like the person
The
being interviewed,
reenactments.
yeah, she's the blurry reenactment.
With the voice like this.
Yeah,
It's
like-
like, I was
no,
there,
her
I saw
no
it all
speaking.
happen.
No, she's not getting paid for speaking. No speaking roles.
Oh shit! So she didn't
It's
even
just
get an
like-
actor credit.
She's not even part of the union. So, anyways, she's gone the whole day because
So we were
it's a full
both
thing.
solo dadding.
We should have hung out.
We should have hung out
I don't know why we don't think about hanging out outside of this podcast.
because you live so fucking far away.
But it's a journey for a kid. Anyway, so I have her. It's same day because it wasn't a nice day. You said it was raining,
Yeah,
so
it
it was
wasn't
raining
nice.
for me too. And I just dropped Joey off. Yeah, even in the north it rains.
Wow.
Even in the north it rains.
Okay.
Winter is coming.
So you dropped Joey
So I
off.
dropped Joey off. So I have all 3 kids and they have activities, and I'm not missing them. I'm determined to get to all of them
You're Mr.
because I want to
Nanny.
make sure I keep them moving. So I dropped Joey off at gymnastics.
Okay.
Gymnastics or
Gymnastics?
No, at theater.
Okay.
Drop her off at theater, and I'm heading home, and I'm heading north at this point on Bathurst, and it's raining. At this moment, it was raining hard.
Yeah.
So my wipers or whatever, Sonny and Allison in the back. All of a sudden, I hear like the big. I don't even know how it's going to translate. A giant bang, and I like hit something.
And it was Joey.
And she escaped theater. No, it's the exact same pants I was going to return. So I hit something, not a person, but something on the ground that is substantial.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, my car goes, and I'm driving.
So your tire pops.
So I'm like on Bathurst. So I pull over onto like one of the side streets off of Bathurst.
The minivan survived.
And I look, it's not a minivan. And I get out and my nerve, what I'm scared about is that like the bumper fell off and I'm dragging something. I don't know. Like tires, you can deal with. I thought it was something bigger. Something fell off. And the 2 tires on the driver's side both popped. Both of them like this. I'll show a picture. I got a picture.
What is with you in the pictures?
Apparently media sells.
Okay.
Content changes the eye.
All right.
So the problem is when I'm editing, I have to remember where all these things are, which is the shitty part.
Yeah.
So it's pouring rain. I have Atlas and Sunny in the back seat. I call like not CAA, but like I call my
You know how to change a
dealership.
tire?
Dude, first of all, it's 2 tires, so I don't have 2 spare tires.
True.
Second of all,
I don't know how to change a tire either. So,
so you just wanted to fucking puff your chest.
That's right.
But you got no wind.
I got 0 wind underneath these sails.
I'm just making up things. So yeah, I wouldn't change it anyways because I was worried about the rims. Like it was so loud, I thought the whole fucking car was damaged badly. So I call the dealership. They say it's going to be whatever, an hour or so. So I'm in the car, like, and I had to entertain 2 kids in a car for an hour as I waited. And I told my sister to pick me up at the end. Like when the tow truck comes, you can pick me up because she's not going to sit there with me. So I'm entertaining these kids. What did you do? I'm playing like music trivia. And again, Sunny is 5, Atlas is 3. They got all the answers wrong. Oh, but I'm just like playing all these different songs and different things and like playing like
Biscuit.
Yeah, it was more like pick your own song, like, and I'll just like kind of DJ it for them. PYOS. Pick or PYOT, pick your own tune. Okay. So yeah, it's a very, first of all, you don't want them to be scared, right? Like you gotta like, they don't know what happened. So not only do I have to entertain them, luckily, like they're young enough that they're not asking questions. Like they didn't really fully grasp the concept.
Scared that your tires popped?
No, but like a big bang, a car pops, like my car kind of like almost like shot up a bit. Like it went up and down and smashed. It was like, honestly, it was like, I don't know what I hit. It could have been a person. And just being scared, being stuck in the car, I don't know, and it's pouring rain and it's like dark. I don't know. It could be a scary moment for kids. Luckily, they weren't. I entertained them. We played music. We had a good time. And I turned this moment into
a memory.
And they had a good time. And I think that is part of my list of why I'm a good dad.
Self-proclaimed.
Yeah, I mean,
I do like that tie-in. So yeah, today, if you're still with us 40 minutes into this episode,
what makes you a good dad?
What makes a good dad? And so I was.
And are all good dads the same?
No, not all good dads are created equal.
That's the end of the podcast because you just answered what we were supposed to answer.
Not everyone can be a father, but I don't know the fucking saying.
We need more sayings. I found a podcast, quick side note, of all these guys who would just make up sayings and try to get them to become adopted into like language. Really funny. But anyways, yeah.
Jay and Silent Bob, like I'm bringing.
Exactly. Or Mean Girls. Fetch.
Fetch happened though. They did make Fetch happen. So many people were saying Fetch. Did you see the new Mean Girls?
No, but I heard it's all right.
Tina Fey still did. A big Tina Fey fan over here. Yeah. But yeah, so we were talking. Do
you think you're a good dad?
I was going to say how we got to this thing, but
okay, I do just jumping in.
I do think I am a good dad. I think I'm a different dad.
Oh, you're different.
I'm different. No, we're talking about what are you going to do on this podcast? Like what are we going to talk about? I was like, yeah, like what makes a good dad? And I think what makes a good dad from, our parents' generation to, our generation to now is polar fucking opposites.
Yeah. And yet there was good dads in all those generations.
There were.
So
man.
It's like, so that proves the point that it's not necessarily about all good dads are alike, but there is different ways to be a good dad and be a good father and what goes into that.
Yeah.
Right. Like there's so many different variables. I think there's some very consistent, foundation of what makes a good dad. I think that there's certain things that are like, yeah, you're a good dad, or like, nope, that's a piece of shit kind of person. Right. So there's certain things.
What did you like about your dad that made him a good dad?
He was fun.
Yes.
He was funny.
He was
to
funny.
Me at that age. Now his jokes they don't hit as hard.
Yeah.
But he was, and when you're a kid, it's like sometimes the parent that's usually like goes easier on you and is like, lets you get away with more shit or gives you more treats. Like
Gives you more treats.
Like a dog.
Like you're a fucking dog.
Yeah, like you do tricks and he gives you treats. And he was the more importantly than all that stuff really was that like he was always there. He was off, like he coached my baseball teams. Like you were, I think, didn't I play with you or no?
No, I was never on your
team.
team.
I know I played the Redskins or whatever it was called.
Redskins.
What were they? The
Thornhill Reds.
Thornhill Reds.
That's right.
And so I guarantee you I'm a better baseball player than you.
Yeah.
Like right on this
like
day.
Today?
So, like today.
When was the last
right
time
now.
you played baseball?
I was in a league with Jamie.
Yeah. It
was fun. I actually fucking plowed over a girl on second base because it was like
you plowed on a girl getting to second base.
I plowed it. No, because that would have been home run. But anyways, yeah. So he was there a lot. He took us to all the activities.
Did he work from home?
No, there was no internet.
That's so true.
I mean, there was at the end of my childhood.
Why was he just always in that room on the computer?
I think that's just the memory you have of him.
That's just literally just sitting there on.
And that room.
In that room, when you walk up your stairs, is the first room that was there.
Yeah.
Just on the computer.
Yeah.
So he had like a TV room, a couple of rooms that way.
So you're getting confused, and this isn't interesting, but the computer room was to the left, and it wasn't always a computer. It wasn't a computer room until we were older because we had a nanny who lived in that room, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So
and you moved to the basement.
I moved two times. Once from this room at the top of the stairs to that room, the computer room, and then eventually to the basement.
When you moved to the basement, that's when
that was a big move.
That was a big move.
It's a big move.
I'm glad you got out.
But I think
you got out of the basement.
Nuts. But it was the presence. His presence, I think, really is a big part of being a good dad because even making mistakes, which we all do, and you will. When you're around, then it helps.
What qualities do you think that you took from him into your dadding?
I think I think I'm funnier, but I think just the idea of have a good sense of humor.
You think
with
you got
kids.
your humor from your dad?
No, as I'm saying, I think I'm a funnier person than my dad.
Yeah.
Although my dad was quite funny. But like the idea of being a funny dad, I think is something that I learned from him, being like the balance of friend and parent, right?
Yeah. Because
he had a good balance with that.
He did.
And so those are some of the main things, and then again, going back to, the presence of it, like he was sometimes usually around more than my mom. Like he took me and my sister to all the activities. He drove us to the mall.
Yeah.
Right. My mom worked later. She worked early. She left earlier. So it was really my dad who was around for those more extracurricular things.
It's funny because like I think all of our parents had jobs where they weren't in the house. So but for like how my brain is, my dad was always on the road. He was on the road a lot. Like he was traveling a lot.
Yep.
And so like, I feel like I've said this before. Like I feel like I was like at home alone, not alone, but like from a younger age.
But
my house was.
But as much as your memory of like my dad sitting by the computer, my memory of your house is that your mom was always around and super active in our lives.
Well, because my dad was always traveling.
Yeah, like your mom was my dad in many ways. Yeah, and she was always like she did
your
everything
dad
for
is
us.
My mom. Whoa, that's so weird. No, I get that. Yeah, so it was like I think I'm too new to the dad
to know fully,
to know what what qualities I have. And then like you kind of have a checklist in your head. Like when I was like mentally
what kind
preparing,
of dad do I want to be?
Yeah. And like, obviously, we started this podcast. I was looking back in October. We've only been doing this for like 7 months now, which is crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
That seems like a long time actually.
Like October. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
And we just broke 2,000 subscribers. And we're at like 2,040 now, which is pretty crazy on YouTube, on the YouTubes.
So
which we always before.
We want more though, don't we?
Yeah, so subscribe. We'll get into that spiel after. But like I was always like thinking,
I think we should start adding though, like a opening subscribe and a mid subscribe, in case people don't get to the end and know how to subscribe.
I think everyone knows how to subscribe these days.
Oh, thank God, Paul told me.
What's my new YouTube site?
Oh, my face is
I can
killing
learn
it.
how to change a tire. Maybe you should have watched some fucking YouTube.
Exactly.
Yeah, like I was always, it's like you think like when you have your first kid, obviously it was like a million years ago for you, but you like think of what makes a good dad. Like what can I do to, connect with my kid, and what do I want to do different?
And it changes, right? Over time.
But it's just like, I feel like dads nowadays are a lot more hands-on.
For sure. I think I see that. Like that, I think I have like empirical evidence of that.
Yeah.
It's just that like I'm out or taking my kids to an activity and like often
it's more
the
dads.
dad. It's more
and
the
before,
dads.
I think like it would be like weird if you saw like a dad at dance class.
Yeah, that
or
probably
like,
was like the mentality
or my
back
Super
in the day.
Kids karate. I think my dad actually did take me to the Super Kids karate classes.
Yeah, it's more of a back in the 90s. That was probably considered more of like a manly thing to do, anyways.
Yeah,
so.
super manly at Super Kids karate. But yeah, like it's nowadays. It's like the dad culture is real, and we're a part of that culture. We have a dad podcast, but like for me, I think patience is the biggest thing because that is something that I've always lacked. I've always been really, I don't want to say hot-headed, but
I don't think those are polar opposites.
Quick-witted,
quick to react,
which I've been, chilling out quite a bit. And
it's tough though with kids, man. They'll push you to the limits. Like, I ran, this, but I ran a program in schools for 7 or 8 years, and I'm working with kids every day. And even the patience there doesn't compare to the patience you have to have with your own kid, because you can't just get rid of them. You can't.
Well, you can hit a stranger's kid.
You can hit. I mean, of course, obvious. That goes without saying.
Yeah, just can't hit your own kid.
You just can't. Yeah, but like even teachers, right? It's like you have a class or a student for, even if it's a horrible student, it's 1 year, right? Like usually, so it's 1 year with your kids. There shouldn't be an escape, obviously, and so the patience gets driven even further and stronger. And if you can show patience with your kids, that's the ultimate test of patience.
This is going to be like the ultimate sidebar right here.
Yeah.
So in Boy Meets World,
go ahead.
When Sean stays and moves in with Mr. Turner.
Yes.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, of course.
Do you know how fucked up that would be these days if that happened? This like big freaking biker cool teacher was like, yeah, troubled kid, come live with me.
I mean, if you put it like that, sure. But if you've rewatched the episodes leading up to it, like I have.
Well, I'm giving no context, so I just wanted to sound a lot creepier than it was.
No, it was like a big discussion. He spoke with the
Sean's
principal.
Dad was an asshole.
The dad.
The dad said, take him.
No, the dad asked him.
Yeah.
Because they were having a good relationship. Yeah, there's a little bit of weirdness.
It's kind of weird.
But
like if I
he drove a motorcycle though.
If Mr. Cooper was like, hey, Paul, like come stay with me. We'll watch Seinfeld. And whenever I think of Mr. Cooper, I think of Seinfeld. Always.
Yeah, and I love Seinfeld, so I just loved Mr. Cooper.
Also, fun fact, when we grade 6?
Great Mr. Cooper?
7.
Grade 8.
Grade 8.
Yeah. Grade 7 was Miss Cooper Brown and Mr. Whitmer.
Yeah, true. Yeah, but I don't know if we were in the same class. When that was happening, the last Seinfeld episode happened. Yeah. And there was like the leaked scripts that were going on. I remember talking about that in class with Mr. Cooper. But I think, was he a dad? I think Mr. Cooper would have been an awesome dad.
He is a dad.
What's he doing? Is he still teaching?
Last I saw him, so like when I did grow, obviously many years after, I did his school. Like he wasn't at York Hill. Okay. And I just saw him there, and it was like
did he remember you?
Of course. I mean, he said he did. I mean, who knows, right? But yeah, we spoke, and it was really, and he got to see me teach kids, which was like exciting. So
your sister's a teacher.
My sister's a teacher. Yeah.
What does she teach?
She teaches now. She's teaching grade 2, I think.
It's got to be hard.
But like going back to the whole dad thing, it's like it's hard, but there's an end time. There's a bell that sends them on their way. And that's why I'm saying, like from a dad perspective, the patience that you need to have and that you want to work on, because I want to work on it and I continue to constantly work on it.
Has your patience gone up or down?
It's gotten better.
It's gotten better?
Yeah, but your patience is tested as they get to different ages.
What's like
right?
that one thing?
Like right now, your patience is probably tested when Asher's just like in a crying fit and it's just drilling a hole in your head. Like that's the kind of stuff you deal with now.
Well, but that doesn't bother me because I know something's making him uncomfortable. So like perfect example, this morning.
You have a solution.
So Asher was sick. So the last couple of weeks have been really rough because he had some stomach problems. We figured out he has a milk allergy.
Yeah.
So Jess has to Jess has to cut dairy from her diet. Mm-hmm. Which has been tough because we eat pizza and, dairies in a lot. I look at labels. I'm like,
yeah. Jamie had to do it too when she was breastfeeding, cut dairy. So
so
it's common.
It is common. So now his stomach's been a bit better because it was bad. You heard him. Like
when he's that age, you got to say tummy.
Tummy. Yeah, his tummy hurts. And then he got like a pretty bad cold. And was super
man cold.
His first, but it was like causing him not being able to breathe properly.
Yeah.
And so we had to get the nose sucker thing with the saline.
Did you suck it?
I haven't. No, Jess does.
Yeah, I've never done it either, honestly. But we've done it a million times.
So like he's been kind of fine, but his sleeping wasn't great because like he'll wake up because he can't breathe well.
Yeah.
So
It sounds like you're sleeping with like a pig.
But
like they're just like snorting and shit all night.
But you like kind of freak out because you're like, oh fuck, like if
you
he's not
do the
breathing,
first time.
Yeah. So this morning I guess it was like 6 a.m.
Yeah.
He was like, he got so scared because I think he didn't know what was going on. He couldn't get a breath.
Yeah. Oh, that's scary.
And he was like, Jess brought him into our room at like 6, and he was like, I've never heard him cry. Like it was such a different like cry.
Yeah.
And it was like, it's just heartbreaking. And
yeah.
So like that, it doesn't, when he's like screaming, it really doesn't bother me because I know he's not doing it for zero reason.
Yeah, I mean, listen, like anything that tests your patience isn't necessarily done on purpose or for a reason. I'm just saying, like at the age of 5 months,
yeah,
what else can he do to test your patience?
So that's why it's not.
You're not in that world yet.
We're not in that world. It's more so Jess and I and our interactions that are the
so she's testing your patience.
But it goes both ways.
Yeah, of course.
Right?
I'm just saying like but it's surrounding the baby, right? Like it's baby topicked.
Yes, and like I feel like we're growing stronger, we're growing closer, and
you're learning more about each other.
For 100%, and like
never stop learning, kids.
Yeah, please stop learning. Drop out
never
of school.
stop learning. And we're back.
You don't need school to be a millionaire.
I want to be a trillionaire.
I want to be a trillionaire. Yeah, it's for me. It's just I have like a whole new respect for her.
Yeah.
And for what she just deals with on a daily basis. But like, he's so jam packed with activities now. Like he goes to baby Pilates. He just went swimming. He went swimming.
Yeah.
He went.
I know water babies. We do that too.
No, but it was different. So he's with water babies, and then he went to Bathurst, and like it's along Bathurst in between my parents, and he goes to a music class.
Felix's swim school?
No, not Felix's. We DJ that. That's at TFS.
I don't know.
Anyways, no, it's at the Sherman thing.
Campus, yeah. Campus. Oh, that's where we go, yeah.
Yeah, so Jess, she's going there like monthly because one of her friends has a baby, and they went and did that, and like he liked being in the water. So like,
do you ever do activities with him yet? Have you gone to like that kind of stuff, or is there not much?
It's all during the day.
Yeah.
So like I can't. I'm so busy with work that like I can't, and like it sucks because I want to. We went to like I said the other day, we went to the aquarium, which was a lot of fun. We're booking our first trip. In July, we're going to go to South Carolina and Charleston.
Yeah. Have you ever been there?
Multiple times. Yeah. I stayed like a week in Charleston on one of the tours.
I spent a year in Charleston one night.
I love it there.
It's great. I've been once. I love it.
It's one of my favorite cities in the States. And they have like awesome museums and like aquariums. So it'll be fun. We'll go for like 4 or 5 days.
Thing for like traveling to Charleston.
It's
like a
sponsor us.
Little advertisement.
$15,000.
So then to bring it back to the topic at hand.
So I was getting into that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you think these things are what makes a good dad? Like,
I think like, keeping it fun for the kid and not just like being so, for someone like me who's a workaholic.
Yeah.
I don't even think it's like, it's by nature.
Yeah.
It's not by choice. It's literally the nature of my job. It's now coming home and seeing how he gets so fucking high. I've said this. He like gets the biggest, goofiest smile when I come in.
Yeah.
He gets all like shy and like all happy to see me that I can shut off. And that was something I was worried about, which would make me a bad dad, is not being able to shut off.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, like I can come home, I can put my phone down for 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
I can hold him. I can like, Jess can go do what she needs to do.
You can be, in other words, you can be present.
I can be present. And that was something that I think both of us were a little worried about, maybe all 3 of us.
Yeah.
Because like my phone does roll my life sometimes. And
totally.
My job is very time sensitive. And even the fact that like my phone is turned over, sometimes I like
gives you anxiety.
It does. Cause like I don't know what's happening. There's like multiple showings on listings right now. Someone could be sending in an offer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like it's for me, my biggest thing was not being present.
So you think that your presence is a good kind of key feature of being a good dad?
1,000%.
Anything else, like, when you think of like what makes a dad good or what makes a good dad or a good parent, anything that's like less obvious, that's like, oh, like now that I'm a dad, I realize that this is actually more important than I would have thought beforehand. Like, obviously we can say the obvious things like
being patient, being funny,
and being, but
don't
like, is there any
your
like
kid in a bottomless pit?
Yeah, that definitely helps, right? From a, being arrested perspective. But anything like specific, I'm trying to think myself. I don't really know if I have an answer, but what out of the dads you've seen or just people maybe took in throughout your life, anything you're like, oh, that I like to see that.
Yeah, I don't.
I guess I might have one.
Let's hear it.
And I think I don't know actually if you'd be good at this. I'm pretty sure you are.
Thanks.
Sorry, it's not about you being good as a dad. It's just like being able to do this is the ability to. Yeah, you'd be good at this. Never mind. What am I saying? No shame. So in other words, not necessarily shame, but like put yourself in super uncomfortable positions for the benefit of your kid, whether it's, dancing with them on stage. If the, the dads are like, someone calls you up and it's like, you're like, no, it's like a show or something. And I'm happy to get up or whatever. Of course you'd be good at it. I'm just saying, like, I was thinking like more of like, doing something crazier, but I guess, yeah, anything I can think of, you'd probably be into that too. And so am I.
Riding a bike.
Yeah.
Would be something.
Not great.
I've never ridden one, so I don't know how.
But you can hold one, and that's all that counts.
I can hold.
So I think that's a good one. I think when I see dads that are putting themselves in positions that they typically wouldn't have done before having a kid, shows that.
What was something that you just didn't think that you would be doing when you
I
had
never
a kid?
really doubted myself for that. I never thought I would be. I guess I like much like you in the way I never thought I'd be doing like the dirty work. I thought I'd always be the fun dad, right? And having a good time. And of course, like laying down the law.
Like dirty work as in like changing diapers, or dirty work as in like the punishing your kids?
Both, right? Like totally changing diapers. I
see. I didn't think you would be the disciplinarian. Yeah, exactly. It's like Atlas's audition.
Yeah, exactly.
What did he say?
And we'll show it. No, we can't show it. No. So yeah, but I think me and Jimmy are both play a good role in the discipline stuff. So
who changed more between the two of you?
But like
going into parenthood,
I'd say her.
Yeah.
Yeah, because before our kids, Jamie never really liked kids.
Did she want kids?
She wanted kids. She always wanted kids. But she never she didn't have the same like passion I had for children, in the sense of like work. I know that sounds bad, especially after last week's episode. No. She didn't love to be a counselor at camp. Okay. Obviously, she didn't work with kids the way I did in schools and stuff. She never really liked other people's kids.
I never held a child until Asher.
But you worked with, like, you DJ'd.
But
and
I didn't.
We were so interactive with children. So in other words, you knew how to speak to kids.
I was interactive with teenagers.
Like preteens.
12 to 13-year-old kids.
Okay, so it's still
not a little smiling blob.
Baby's different, but I'm just saying, Jamie, I never really interacted with that many babies before my kids.
Yeah.
My sister had a kid. That's it. I had 2 kids at that point. But she's changed because she has kids that she is so obsessed about. That's what I'm saying. So that's why I didn't change that much. I knew I probably would love my kids. We all do. But no matter what, I feel like I would have been comfortable.
Do they have kids? Her siblings? Her siblings. Jamie's.
Her sister's pregnant.
Oh, okay. Was that the one you were talking about?
No.
Oh, damn it. Outed her.
And I'm pretty sure I think I can say it. I don't know. I'll ask after this
episode.
We can
bleep it out.
I'll cut it. But yeah, she's about to have a kid, and her brother, no, he's in school.
Oh, so that's not who you were thinking of?
No.
No, I was trying to say if that was who you were thinking of, you could bleep it out. No. Okay.
No.
Yeah, like I feel like.
What are you most worried about, I guess? Or how about this? Because we've talked about all these good dads. Anything that you've seen in your own father, but maybe not your own father, just fathers in general, that you're like, that's something I never kind of want to do or never want to be, or like you've learned something from like uncles, cousins, people you observed in grocery stores? Just
the whole, undermining your kids in public, or like, putting them down, or making them not be sure of themselves.
Yeah.
Because I think building up confidence in your kids is massive, right? Like, I want Asher to grow up being extremely confident.
Yeah.
And
in his own skin.
In his own skin, and take chances and try things, and like, not like to think outside of the box.
And that does start with like the parents,
it's the
right?
Top down.
Totally.
It's the top down. But I wanted to learn by example, right? Like for me, like I'm
learn
pretty
by
fearless.
Example. That's a good sign of a good dad.
To check that off the dad checklist.
Check it off.
Yeah, like I want him to take chances, and like, career, school, whatever it was, whatever it is, like you want to go into acting, you want to become a marine biologist, become a marine biologist. You want to be a tree, do whatever you want. And
but you
kids.
still have to help with the direction, in the sense that like sometimes kids don't know what's best for them, and you have to not necessarily demand them to do something different, but talk it out and figure out if that's for them. Because again, if you saw,
sure,
you know, it just depends on their seriousness of whatever they're going after and how much it impacts their life. You know, some things can be like, okay, that's a hobby, or I'm happy to support that for now.
Yeah, like if Asher is just like, hey, I want to get into the UFC,
yeah,
we'll explore it.
For him, I would let him enroll now, to be honest.
Yeah, seriously, he would fuck people up.
But it's funny because, well, it's not funny. That's my transition. But when you say like not putting them down, and you know, that stuff is obviously is surprisingly more common than you think. And I see it in grocery stores, and it's not direct, like, you're a loser. It's more of like sometimes indirect things, or undermining them in a way that making them feel stupid or just wrong when they're right. You know, the whole thing of gaslighting, like gaslighting.
I hate that word.
Me
so
too.
much.
I don't love it either, because I think it's overused.
It's such a buzzword,
but
man.
it's a real word, and it could be, and it's often misused, is what I'm saying. So
often misused.
The definition of it, and if you use it right,
it's lighting gas
it makes
on
sense.
fire.
And kids, I think, are often gaslit because
by their parents,
because they know their reality to be true about something, and you're saying, no, like, you're not that way, or like, that's not true, or that's, you don't feel that. Yeah. And that's it probably happens, now that I think about it, more with parents to kids than you know, equals.
But because I think that makes it's an easy way out for parents to dismiss the feeling, so they don't need to deal with it.
Yeah, totally. You got to give that time, taking it back to that.
Because there's only so many minutes in a day that, like, you're not that upset about you knocking over something, or you
jug of milk.
Anything. There was like this. There was a TikTok account or an Instagram account of like everything that my 3-year-old cried about this week.
Yeah,
it was hilarious, right? So like shit like that. Yes, it's comical, but I can see how that can get on people's nerves, and you could be like, no, you're not upset about this.
Yeah,
you're just tired.
But even more important, and you said this many times, is that like, if you're amazing to your kids and talk sweet and wonderful to them, but you do that behavior like with your spouse, like you're constantly putting them down, that can damage your kid,
and we've talked about that so much.
As much as you saying to them directly. So in other words, they hear what you say, they hear the language you use anywhere, on the phone, in the car, anything. Yeah. So it's not just about what you say to them or how you treat them, but how you treat others around you, not just necessarily your
waiters,
your spouse.
Well, you know, at waiters, exactly. Like anything, right?
That's a good example. Waiters, right? If you're talking to a waiter and you're rude, they see it. I want them to see that I'm
to treat everyone with respect
as often as possible.
It was like, I was thinking,
and that makes me a good dad.
The other day, like, I want to be an amazing dad, but I want to be an even more amazing husband to Jess that Asher sees. And I've been putting in extra effort to, you know, be there for Jess.
Cruise control.
And like, no, 1,000%. But it's not even like the date nights or the sex or whatever. It's the everyday things. And like, just
those are the things that are easily forgotten, right?
Exactly. But it's setting that example, because like, you know, all of our friends in our friend group, all of our parents are still together, which is so rare.
Are they?
Every single parent in the 4 of us. Yeah. Our parents are all still together.
And yeah, that's true.
Right. And been married since basically high school.
Not all happy, but all together.
Sure. Exactly. But it's being happy and showing loving relationships that I think really mold the kids.
Yeah.
I can be a very aggressive person. I'm, you know, I'm in sales, and like
but isn't everybody in sales?
No, not.
I think every job is sales.
Not like IT's not sales.
It's sales.
IT's no.
You got to sell yourself.
Not if you're working at a company.
Sales.
Anyways, no. But like, I'm like, have to be cautious if I'm going to be on the phone in front of him to not tell someone to go fuck themselves.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I mean?
They repeat you eventually.
Yeah, exactly. And
Alice
it's just like,
says fucking moron quite often.
Yeah, fucking moron. Yeah. It's just like that, or like, you know, him coming into school and like acting like a little Jerry Maguire. Like, it's just
so again,
setting a good example.
I think that's a very good quality of being a good dad. I think the presence and the example you set play a huge role into the quality of father you are. And not every dad can always be around, right? Not every dad is perfect all the time.
But when you are there, you have to. You got to show up.
All kids want as they get older, because I've seen it now that we were kids and we're older, is their parents to try their best, is to do their best. If they feel that there's an effort, and I think that's a good checkpoint for being a good dad. If effort is put in, That's all that matters. Not every parent can buy you the best present or
But
be
it's not
there
it's
on the
not
most
about
important.
that. Like,
No, but
it's-
but forget about the present, but be there on the most important occasion or do everything that they would love to do.
Yeah.
But knowing that they are putting in the effort and you don't recognize it as a kid, but later you do.
Yeah.
That means the world is that they tried their best within the means. And now I'm just talking about financial means. I'm just the means of their capacity.
Yeah.
Right. Like I know my mom I'll tell the story. My mom had a troubled childhood and her dad wasn't around a lot and he's made mistakes and, he died at a younger age. But she still thought he was a great dad because given his circumstances and the kind of person he was, he put in the effort. At least I believe so.
I feel like, and maybe this is
not
just,
false effort, real effort.
Being a kid, our parents had kids at our age. And
our parents had kids.
Had us at, I never saw.
My mom had me 10 years ago.
That's when you were 30.
Yeah, when she was 30.
Basically, our parents are probably around the same age.
Yeah,
My mom's born in 52 or whatever.
Exactly. My mom's 53.
Yeah. So it's so weird looking back that I never saw my parents as anything other than parents.
Yeah.
Never.
So what would be an alternative? Like friends you're talking about?
No, how, I'm excited for a concert in a couple months or, you know, getting
so they were typical parents. You're saying you didn't think that they were into other things.
You don't see, I didn't see my parents as anything other than parents.
Adults.
Having having their own lives or being I can't wait for this movie to come out.
But they were probably.
But they were. Right.
And I think that same thing. I think that Joey will look at me one day and you were you were a parent, right?
You were
same
a kid,
idea.
basically when you had her. It's
who?
Joey. You were what, 33?
Yeah. But my parents had me when I was 30.
But I'm thinking about me when I was 33,
yeah.
I guess our 33s were very different.
Yes.
But so that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we were in different places.
When our parents turned 40, we were
I was 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, if my mom had me when she was 30, when she turned 40, I was 10. 10 years between 30 and 40.
No, I get that, but you
Am I saying something wrong?
I think she's not 50 years old. So never mind.
So when when she was 40, I was 10. When she was 30,
the
I was 0.
math's not adding up to me. Yeah, no, but that's the thing. Having a 40th birthday party.
But I remember her 40th, and Atlas, for example, won't remember my 40th.
That's what So
we're having kids later, and you especially.
Me especially, because I'm 400 years old.
Yeah.
And I was also thinking about the other day, when I'm 4, I just turned 41. When he's 10 years old, I'm gonna be 50 fucking years old.
I know, and so I think for you specifically, and this is all dads across the board, is that thinking about everything you can do now in your power to
stay young,
stay healthy,
freeze my body,
and be physically active, and you are. I'm not denying that any of these things aren't true for either of us, but just taking care of yourself and being around for your kids as long as possible is a sign of a good dad because you care enough about yourself. Think of the extreme. If you were smoking cigarettes, right?
Yeah. Or meth.
And not saying, smoking meth. If you're smoking anything, not in the presence of your kids necessarily, just when you're out or whatever, blah, blah, blah. What you're doing is it doesn't make you a bad dad because obviously part of it's from an addiction perspective, but it makes it plays a role into it, right?
For sure.
You're thinking of your kids' future. Jamie's dealing with it right now. Her dad is 15 years older than Jamie's mom.
Yeah.
And he's in his mid 80s.
That's wild.
Right? And she's 2 years younger than us. And
Jamie's mom's 2 years younger than us.
No,
Jamie.
Jamie's 2 years younger than us. And so not that he can necessarily avoid it because he's so much older and he had kids late. It's not easy, right?
I feel like I'm a young 41.
I think we all are.
Most people think that I'm way
at
younger.
Least at most 40. 39.
Yeah, 39 and a half and 3/4. No, I think, that's definitely a good list. And just to, wrap it all up into a nice tiny little package, be patient, be fun, be present, be fit, have fun.
Be humble.
I was going to go body break, but
stay awake. Oh, that's another one. Be humble though.
Being humble.
I think that matters for kids.
Humble in what sense?
I guess it goes back to my whole point of just appreciating it, not expecting it all to be amazing and just be humbled by the experience, I guess, and just stay
that's-
down to earth. In other words, with your
That's-
kid, because
I feel like that's being present.
yeah,
Keeps you humble.
it's part of it.
Right?
I think that they all intertwine. So in other words, there is no one thing I think we can take from this that makes you a great dad.
I'm gonna tie
It's an
this in.
amalgamation of
A
characteristics.
dad soup.
Yeah.
Just a dad soup with all those ingredients.
Yeah, you got the
Just
fucking alphabet
touching
soup.
the tips and
From the top,
to the bottom.
make it.
Started from the top to the bottom. Now we're here.
we're cool.
We're cool hip dads. We like that Drizzy Drake.
Yeah, man. But keep. I love Drake.
Yeah.
He's my favorite.
I saw those. Remember the hip hop dance videos?
Yeah, she's back.
She's back. Did
I
you see
saw
those
them, of
TikToks?
course.
It was hilarious.
I'm so happy she did that. I'm so happy that exists.
Hands.
Yeah, and you want to pop.
It was so good.
So
I
you
love
excited to explore more? Because for me, it's like now I'm in full dad mode.
Yeah, you're ready to retire.
And I'm not ready to retire, but like I now know the kind of dad I probably will be for the rest of my life.
Unless it changes.
And you're evolving. Yeah, it's always going to change, but you're hitting really pivotal benchmarks that are going to test your dad skills in a whole new way.
I just can't believe I'm just already 5 months in. That's like what's freaking crazy to me. 5 months.
And I think that like if we keep doing this podcast for a long time to come, and you come back to this in 3 years and look at it, you're like, and you watch it, and you're like, I can't believe I thought 5 months was such a crazy thing, because it's gonna all seem like a distant memory.
I was
It's crazy how fast
I'm not gonna go onto a tangent because we'll just wrap this all up. But yeah, I think we're good dads. I think that's all that fucking matters.
And I think most of us out there are probably really great dads, because at the end of the day, if you're trying and you're giving it your all, giving it the college try, that's all you can ask for. I think I don't think there is a definition of a good dad. I think good dads come in different shapes and sizes.
And if you have some qualities that you like in a dad or a mom, leave them below.
Yeah.
And don't say feet. Don't say good feet.
Feet.
Good dads.
Feet. Yeah, or traits you've seen in dads
That
or
you don't
videos
like.
that you're like, oh,
Yeah, drop us some dad videos.
give us something.
Give us something
Little
below.
something.
And if you are listening to us
Yeah.
and our silky smooth voices on any of the audio platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Google, whatever.
Google's
If you're
gonna
listening to us
blacklist
on
now.
your cassette tape or your boom box doing your hip hop moves,
You're right.
don't forget to leave us a 5-star rating, because once we hit 100, we're going to be giving you something off the wall. And there's some cool stuff. Nothing new. There's nothing new.
No?
No, I haven't had the
Was
chance to
this
buy
Slinky
something.
always here?
Slinky's always been there. It was like literally one of the first things I
I'm
got.
always discovering something new.
If you're watching on the YouTubes and you like our smiling faces and Daniel's feet, don't forget to hit the subscribe and that little bell so you know when we upload. Drop us a like, because it really helps the channel and the algorithm. And leave us a comment.
Yeah,
we want to talk to you guys.
And the more we engage with you, the longer we can potentially do this. If we sit at 2,000 subscribers, which I'm very, very grateful for the next 10 years, I don't think this is
It's not going to be a viable situation.
It's not viable.
It's not viable.
Unless we
It's
just
not-
have a good time. And to be honest, I would do this if there were no cameras, man.
There actually are no cameras, and this is all in your hands.
It's like Shutter Island. Like you put this whole thing together for me.
Good old Leo. Anyways, you're never leaving here. It's pretty cool where I'm staying, though.
I don't mind it. I'm Daniel.
I'm Paul.
And this has been
The Good Dad Collective podcast.
Up next, we got the top 10 list from Castle.
See you guys later.
You laugh at my jokes more.